Hi, I'm Eric, one of the devs on Flamebreak, and I'm going to take you through today's daily. Alright, so this is a Lich Fireball Musket run. Not sure what to think about this one. I think I'm going to want to be using a lot of fireballs. With the Lich race, you're always going to want to build around one of your skills, or you're almost always going to want to build around one of your skills early game. This unyielding focus lets you activate the same skill twice, which means that if you put a point in and out of Wise Man, you're getting double value. It means if you can figure out a way to support it with set items, again, double value. So I'm going to be looking around, tailoring my build to that fireball. My musket isn't going to be doing much. The vacuum could be really useful. Fireball has a good AoE component. It's kind of a hybridized direct damage AoE skill. So it does the most damage to the main target it hits, which is not ideal with vacuum, because only one guy's going to be taking the full brunt. But it's pretty good, because it's still splashing, I think, about 33%. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be doing 100 to everyone. And the fact that it does a lot of single target damage is going to let me bring down bosses faster. Skill Mastery on sale is definitely a worthwhile purchase. Dust on sale is definitely worthwhile. That's going to set me up for my skill-based build going forward. I'm going to want that dust so that I can explore what's at the first set dealers I see, that sort of thing. You see, I'm just always setting off my fireball in a sort of combo style. I'm going to move upward to hit the hazard because I like overworld items. I should probably, oops, got myself hit. I should probably be dropping my vacuum first before launching off these fireballs. It has a couple effects that are useful. One is just that it has this mini stun, so it's pulling everyone in an area together, which is great for my fireball's area of effect. It means I'm going to splash more guys. But it's also just really useful for like these fairies. They like to blink around, so they can easily dodge my fireball. Fireball's a fairly slow-moving projectile. And so by throwing the vacuum first, I can hopefully have them stunned the moment it hits. I'm actually screwing myself up talking about it. But, anyways, I'll just miss a fireball. So because it's a daily, I want to rush through and clear these guys as fast as possible. So I am using my musket for every little extra bit of damage I can squeeze in. Alright, with this guy I really just want to focus on hitting him directly with all the fireballs. I want to make sure that I'm at the correct range so that I'm not losing any fireball damage. And I just want to burst him down quickly. Alright, double fireballs are pretty strong. At this point I need to figure out where I want to pop my dust. Also, do I want to sweep? I'm curious as to the exact location of the bazaar. I think a bazaar would be super useful with this guy because there's the possibility of doubling my skill mastery. There's a lot of good items in the bazaar. I am going to heal up first though because I took a lot of unnecessary damage. And so I would consider this Führer necklace. Führer would be a great god for this run, but I think right now I'd rather save my money and see if they're going to be useful sets. I will pick up the warp stones. So I'm going to scan and see if the bazaar is on this edge. Okay, so I do see the bazaar. I also know that one of these remaining 5 mountains is the treasure mountain, but I don't know which one. And very likely there's a wise man on the right edge of the map because that point is adjacent to 3 mountains. The only other plausible places for a wise man are like here, here, where you've got double adjacency. The thing is, I don't know. I really do want the wise man. I'm going to go ahead and pop a dust and hope that one of these two is a treasure mountain. And either way, I'm going to move through them and hope a wise man's there. Alright, so there is a treasure mountain. So I'm going to hit it and hopefully find a wise man too. So you see there, I kind of comboed my vacuum a little better than I have been doing. And there I just totally whiffed. Well done. Alright. I need to start aiming better. This is ridiculous. So with these riflemen, and the ninjas, I just need to watch their attack cycle, basically, to dodge them. As a Lich, you're a bit slow. Renewed Focus is on sale. What I really want is Fireball, because I can double the Fireball through Renewed Focus. But on the flip side, I can get a lot of extra potency on my second Fireball with this. And since I want to upgrade it, eventually I think I want to max both my Fireball and my Renewed Focus. I'm going to go ahead and level up Renewed Focus now while it's on sale. And then I definitely want to hit the mini-boss, dust the Bazaar, and see what they have. Now, in terms of gold, I think that I actually want to take a longer path. Because I'm at 210 gold and Bazaar items cost 150, I'm probably best off teleporting here, hoping it's a fight, then moving here for another 20 gold, so that'll put me up to 250, and then clearing the mini-boss, that'll put me at 310, and then I can hit the Bazaar and buy 2 items. So let's try that. Alright, so it is a fight. I actually killed some guys with my Fireball Vacuum combo this time. It's a shocker. Alright, so that was a fairly clean fight. Picked up some more dust, that's nice. I do see now the blacksmith to my left. I almost want to check out what sets are in the world. But I know where the Bazaar is. I know the Bazaar could be great. I'm going to go ahead and continue with my original plan. Alright, a Furrier Altar. I think Furrier is the god that I want this run, so I'm going to try not to harm that at all. I'm going to have to bait these guys over to the right edge of the map. Oh, I got myself hit by Furrier. Not ideal. So you see, again, I was using that vacuum combo to take these guys out. I can use vacuum to actually pull the shields down on these chargers. So he had his shield up, which normally renders him invulnerable. But by hitting him with vacuum, which mini stuns as well as pulls, I guaranteed that his shield was down so that my Fireball could hit for maximum damage. Now this dude's a little scary on this hazard. I'm trying to keep him to my left. If you notice, because the hazard is oriented top down, that means as long as this guy is to my left, I can move up and down as much as I want without restriction. Whereas if I let this guy get above me, like I'm doing here, now I don't have nearly as much room to dodge when those hooks come in. So that's something to keep in mind with the beam hazard. If it's moving up down, you want to put your enemies with projectiles you need to dodge to your left and right, and vice versa. Alright, so now hopefully I've dusted this Bazaar. Hopefully there will be some good items for me to buy. I have 310 gold. And there are, in fact, some good items. The question is, what do I want? So the Elixir of Contemplation is pretty cool. It's going to make my fireballs absolutely destroy. I think I'll pick it up. I already have a little favor with Furrier, so I don't think I'm going to switch gears into Halloran, although his skill mastery bonuses would be useful in this run. I think instead I'm going to go with the Severed Hand of the Lich. And so with the Severed Hand of the Lich, the only tricky bit is that you have to make use of it. So now I can get like triple value out of my Fireball. If I was really smart, in fact, I would use the Severed Hand of the Lich to reset the cooldown on my Racial, and then use my cooldown, my Racial, to reset my Fireball again, because the Racial is actually giving bonus damage to the Fireball. So we'll see if I can pull that off. But this should give me really, really good DPS when I can pull off the combo. And so here, as soon as I Fireball, I'm going to immediately refresh. And so I just want to always have my combo pieces available, and here I don't. So I'm going to have to body block. And so again, what I'm trying to do, the reason I'm not shooting these guys, is that I actually am hoping to do a merciless clear. Oh, and I just barely missed it. So what I was hoping for is a merciless clear, because that actually gives you bonus gold, and instead I let a guy just barely escape, and so I lost a bunch of gold. I don't have any gold, so I'm not going to teleport to the last thing. So my triple fireballs were kind of wasted there. I'm actually doing a lot of damage just with my vacuum. Makes me wonder whether I should focus on my vacuum a little more. Got very high skill mastery now because of the Elixir of Contemplation, but I also have pretty low cooldowns. Or I mean pretty high cooldowns. Not ideal. There we go. There's how I want that combo to work. Alright, I am going to teleport to the boss to avoid a shadow fight. So you notice my triple fireballs with Elixir of Contemplation skill mastery bonus do a whole lot of damage. Pretty much two-shotted that boss. So I'm off to a bit of a slow start in terms of this daily on timing, but I now have some pieces that are pretty strong. So I'm going to be looking for, like items like this, skill mastery cooldown reduction. Those are sort of bread and butter for this kind of build. I'll pick up another teleport, even though I'm a bit low on money. I think I'm going to want to start rushing towards the bosses soonish for a better time. And I definitely want to pick up the extra Furor favor. So I want to not blow up this temple. Fortunately, this boomeranger is standing right next to the temple. So I now have a little favor with Furor. That's pretty handy because I'm going to overkill a lot. Furor is a great god when you know that you're going to be overkilling. And so when I say overkill, I mean that I'm going to be dealing more than an enemy's max health with this fireball. And so a little subtlety is that whatever damage you deal, regardless of whether that exceeds an enemy's max health, is amplified by Furor. So he sees that I dealt 500 damage to a guy. He doesn't care if that guy was at 100 health. He's going to strike someone with lightning for 70. And so if I'm blowing guys up with 3 times their health pool because I get my fireball super strong, which is what I'm hoping will happen between upgrading fireball and renewed focus, I want to splash all of that extra overkill damage, which would normally be totally wasted. Now it's going to splash via amplification through Furor. I'm going to go ahead and dust here because I'm hoping I'm next to a treasure mountain. 2 out of these 8 mountains are going to be treasure. I'm hitting 3 of them, so my odds are good, but not great. And unfortunately, I didn't get a mountain. So I'm kind of screwing up my Hand of the Lich usage here, as you might have noticed. But finally, I get an opportunity to upgrade my fireball, and that's going to be huge. Because I'm constantly refreshing my fireball, not only with my racial, but with this active. Upgrading the base fireball level is just absolutely insane. So now I should blow up this mini-boss. Absolutely hurry. Yeah, I one-shotted a mini-boss. So triple fireballs, pretty good. I'm going to teleport because I really don't want to visit this town. I don't have enough to buy. Even if a stat item was on sale for 65 gold, I wouldn't have enough. So I'm just going to hope to find something interesting out here. So here is a loot hook minigame. On loot hook minigames, I like to walk towards the left edge of the screen. That way I'm close to the goblins when they first pop out, and if I do miss a goblin, it allows me to run with the pack and try another hook before they get off screen. You see how I'm running with this group. Now you don't want to go too far to the left because as you saw with that goblin, you still want to have a good angle if the guys are arranged in such a way that you need to hook from the right. Alright, that was a fairly painless one. I think I will pop another dust here. A, because there might be a treasure mountain next to me, and B, because I haven't even taken a peek at the sets available in this world. There are always 5 sets available. In each world, you don't know which they're going to be. And so by dusting this blacksmith, I guarantee that I'll see 4 out of those 5 sets when I visit that shop. So let's see what's here. Alright, so I did reveal Gold Mountain. That's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and hit Halloran's Temple. That'll get me a little more favor with Furor. Then get the bonus gold from the treasure mountain, and then hit up the dusted blacksmith. I'm immediately going to blow up Halloran's altar because I don't want to deal with healing. And you see that my build is really, really strong at this point, so I probably want to start accelerating and focusing on getting straight to the bosses. I'm not even sure I want to start sets here, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up. Since I've already dusted that blacksmith, ooh. Would I rather just hit a mini-boss, gain some gold, and potentially be able to upgrade my skills more? I really wish I could hit that wise man, but he's already been swallowed up by the shadow. I'm not even sure I want to start a set, but I'm going to take a peek and see what they are. So I've already dusted it. Okay, so these sets are actually really good for me. Both Grandmasters and Shadow Form are quite synergistic with just a spell-based build. Shadow Form's especially synergistic with disruption skills because it's going to copy each of my invocations with like a 1 or 2 second delay. What that means is that when I vacuum a group of guys together, normally I'd vacuum them, pull them to a point, and they start to immediately separate. It's a very short duration stun. My Shadow Form is going to throw another vacuum, and probably before they escape the AoE of my initial vacuum, even though it's only a level 1 vacuum, the Shadow Vacuum is going to hit too. So it's actually doubling my disruption. So it's a tricky item to estimate the value of. It really depends on what kind of skills you're invoking. What's the value of those Shadow Form duplicates? Because my fireballs are only going to hit twice as hard. But my vacuums are still going to do almost full potency because I'm not really looking at the damage component there. I'm looking at the disruption. This other item, Grandmaster's Helmet, is awesome for a skill mastery damage based build, which is what I have through the fireball. Because it's basically just damage times 1.6 on all my fireballs. So, which do I start? Maybe I will start them both. I'm just worried that if I'm rushing to the boss, I'm not going to have enough gold to complete both of these sets. So maybe it would make sense to just focus on the one that I think is going to be easier to complete. So this one's on sale. Let's give Skill Mastery 2 though. That's really not bad. I'm going to go ahead and start them both and hope to finish them both, and those will help me just power through the God Realm almost instantly, I expect. Alright, so Halloran is not my god. So I'm screwing up a little bit trying to refresh my skills. It's very tricky when you can refresh multiple times. So I almost one-shotted this boss. I do have a long cooldown now where I basically have no skills up. But you can really see the power of focusing around a single skill with the Lich. Especially because I got that Severed Hand of the Lich pickup in the early Bazaar. Very nice. Okay, so I have no looking glasses. I would really like to be able, for example, sweep here, because that would almost certainly reveal one, if not both, of the gold mountains. So let's see if a looking glass is available here. And there is one, so I think I will pick it up. A pack of looking glasses. The warp stones, I already have 4, but I really think I'm going to want to start rushing soon. So I'm picking them up. So let's see. Okay, so I revealed no gold mountains, but that means among these 4 mountains that I did not sweep, 2 of them are gold. So there's a very good chance, if I just dust any of those, that they're going to be gold. So I'll probably do that since I have 2 dusts. I do want to hit that Wise Man, and I sort of think the other Wise Man is right there. I mean, there's a lot of places the Wise Men could be, but essentially all of them are against this mountain range because Wise Men love to be near the mountains. The more mountains are adjacent to a point, the more likely one of the 2 Wise Men, there are 2 Wise Men on every map starting in Region 2, will be there. And I really, really want to max out my Fireball. You see that insane damage scaling now that my skill mastery is at 429%. So I don't necessarily want to hit 2 Wise Men, because maxing out my renewed focus, maybe not so necessary. I'm already kind of one-shotting everything. But definitely getting that Fireball to level 3 is going to let me tear through the boss faster. So I think I'm going to make my way up between these mountains. I'm going to get the mini-boss fight for bonus gold. I'm going to get the Führer altar, and that's going to get me, if I do it flawlessly, that'll get me up to 20 Führer favor. And so that'll get me rank 2. And that'll be great, again, for utilizing that overkill damage that I talked about earlier because my fireballs are hitting so hard. So I'm just going to race there. Alright, so I just want to combo. I can pretty much trust my combo to one-shot almost everything. There is a little bit of a question now, though. I have 2 sets. One of them requires a piece from the blacksmith, one of them does not. Grandmasters, I only need pieces from the jeweler. Do I visit that on my way and hope to pick up that set piece I'm missing? I think that I will. I think I'll dust here because I'm hoping that one of these 2 is a gold mountain. So I'm going to visit this spot first. Again, I'm going to try to use I'm going to try to make sure I kill goblins with every single fireball. And that way I can get a merciless defense. So this is going to get dicey here. Oh, screwed it up. Alright, so at this point now I just want to kill everything. I did not get Merciless Defense. Merciless Defense is quite hard to pull off when you have the Elixir of Contemplation. That's one of the downsides of picking up the Elixir, which normally I'd say is one of the strongest items in the game. Certainly if you have a skill-based build. But with really long cooldowns, it's hard to make sure you kill each of those little dudes. Alright, so I have revealed a gold mountain, not really in the position I was hoping it'd be at. But I'm going to go ahead and visit the blacksmith. I managed to get the dust on the blacksmith there too, so that was just a little optimization in my placement. Let's see what's at the blacksmith. Alright, so he does have shadow form. I'm going to build towards shadow form. I now have to be a little careful about the path I take. I think since I'm starting to rush, I'm not going to worry about retracing my steps. I'm just going to move through this path so that I have enough gold by the time I get to the Wise Man to upgrade my Fireball to level 3. Oh, I just misclicked and totally wasted a spot. Okay. Might not matter though. You see with my Vacuum Fireball combo, I'm doing a lot of damage. Ooh, this is actually going to screw me up. So I'm gonna, because I misclicked at this point, I'm gonna have to teleport to stay ahead of the shadow. Because I want to hit both the Wise Man and the Temple of Furor. And right now I'm only one in front of the shadow. So the combo almost killed this guy, but not quite. That's kind of annoying. Now I have to deal with all his summons. Not a big deal. Ooh, I actually miscalculated that too. I can't upgrade and get Furor. It's very tempting to pick up this Vacuum, but I'm going to go ahead and max out Fireball. That's going to let me kill the boss very quick. Okay, so Furor, I need to not touch the temple at all. And I'm letting myself get beaten up. But anyways, I want to not hit the temple. I might get myself killed by avoiding hitting the temple, in fact, so that I can get rank 2 on the Furor's favor. See, I've got my refresh is all screwed up, so I was refreshing the wrong skill there. Alright, now I need to get to the boss without dying. So I'll go ahead and pop my healing potion. And I was very lucky to just teleport right on top of another boss. Even though I missed one of my fireballs, I almost one-shotted this guy. Fortunately, I didn't. So I really want to power through these fights fast now to put up a good time for the daily challenge. And there was the other Wise Man, just missed him. I didn't have enough gold for him anyway, so it's not a big deal. This boss is not going to be too scary because I believe I'm just going to one-shot these little dudes. Or actually, I'll just get the crap beat out of me and not one-shot him. Okay, maybe he is going to be scary. So now I need to be really careful. My stuff is still on cooldown. Okay, I did manage to snipe that guy off at the last second. But my cooldown being so long makes it hard to get these guys. I need to make sure to actually hit them with my fireball. I screwed up last time. Alright, there we go. So it's a good thing I healed. I almost died anyways. Because I'm at 20 favor, I don't really expect to get max favor here, since I want to rush to the boss. So let's just sweep and see what's up here. Okay, so there's the opportunity to upgrade my Fireball again via Renewed Focus. That's probably worthwhile. We'll teleport straight there. Actually, you know what? Since Vacuum's on sale again, I'll get Vacuum. That's going to allow me to pull together all the guys on these bigger fights so I can make sure to kill them all instantly. Still useful for crowd control. Alright, Temple of Furor. Since the temple did come up, I am going to go for rank 3 of Furor. I wasn't expecting to find it, but since I did, I think it's worthwhile. I have to be careful, though, not to die, and also not to do too much damage. Well, I did some damage, so now it's just a matter of not destroying this temple. So 6 more favor, so I really should have hit that Sepicles temple. I need to heal now. I definitely don't want battle bracers. I don't think I need any of this other crap. I'll hit up Necris. I'm hoping to get rank 3 of Furor. So make sure to blow up this temple. And that was pretty easy. Can I find another temple? Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can pull off the Merciless Defense. Alright, so with my rank 2 vacuum, I almost one-shot these little dudes. Nope, I let a guy get away again. So hard with that elixir of contemplation. So now I'm just using my musket to scare away the little guys so that they don't steal my gold. I know that I'm not going to get the merciless defense. It's really just a question of not losing any gold. And I whip them. Not great for my time. Okay, so I will get max Furor in favor. I'll blow up this temple. Saw the overkill on that temple was definitely useful. You see all the lightning that's coming out when I do manage to actually hit something with my fireball, rare though that would be. That's mostly the overkill damage. And so now I have Furor at max rank, and so that overkill damage is really going to clean up these big fights. Even if I only hit a couple guys with my fireballs, all that splashed overkill damage should finish them off. I am going to go ahead and dust and hit up this blacksmith, or this jeweler rather, to try to finish my item sets. So I did get to finish Shadow Form. I'm not that close to finishing Grandmasters, which really would have been the better set to finish, but oh well. That means I'm going to have a bunch of Shadow Form fireballs and vacuums. That'll be really handy. I'm not going to worry about finishing up Grandmasters, so now I'm just looking at these just strictly for stats. These are all attack speed, attack damage. That's worthless for me, so I'm not going to buy them. But I'm just going to rush to the boss now. Cooldown reduction 10 is nice, not nice enough. I'm going to go ahead and buy all these overworld items. These are going to let me race through the God Plane and hopefully improve my daily time. It started to get a little on the slow side. So you see I take about half of this guy's health with my barrage of fireballs, so I'm just going to wait until all of those are ready again and finish him. I have a very powerful burst build here. But I'm very vulnerable in between the bursts, so I need to make sure to get the most out of each burst. I'll heal up first. I almost want... Well, I'll heal up. I want that cooldown reduction 15%. That's going to help me kill the boss faster. Kind of wanted the warp stones. Let's see if I can find a path to the boss that doesn't involve too much fighting. Okay. Again, because I'm looking for a fast time on the daily, I'm going to try to use my teleports. You can only teleport one position northward in the God Plane, but you can teleport east-west. So you can try to sort of pick your way across the map in such a manner that you don't fight too much to try to race to the boss. So here I have a few options. I could retrace my steps to the starting point, teleport to the bazaar, teleport to the town. I don't know how useful that is. I know there's more teleports where I was at. I almost want a mini-boss fight because I feel like I can actually burst down bosses with this build really, really well. I'm just going to move straight towards the boss. So I'm going to teleport here because that'll let me walk into a town, which is basically an avoided fight. I just need to make sure to actually hit things with my skills and then spill damage to finish things off. So, there we go. It's a little scary in Sepicles Plane. The Lich race is very slow moving, and so I need to be careful not to get hit by all these super fast moving guys. I've pretty much revealed the path to the boss, and I don't plan on farming here, so I don't really need any of these items. I'm just moving along. Should I teleport to the Wise Man and avoid a fight here? I think it's worth it. So I don't have any money, but I avoid a fight. I'm going to teleport to the mini-boss. I think I can kill a boss faster than I can kill anything else. Because of my really clunky build. Normally that would not be the way to go, but ooh, I'm going to get myself killed against this boss. So maybe I need... Okay. But you see my burst damage is absolutely ludicrous. And now I know I can hit this town and avoid a fight here. So I could just spend the money. Oh, I really should have bought that. That would actually give me something useful. I had the warp stone to get to the boss, so that was a small mistake. But I imagine I'm going to kill Sepicles very fast. The concern here is that Sepicles is a pretty scary damage dealer, and I'm really slow moving. So I'm just going to focus on landing my fireball, and then I'm going to dodge. And I'm going to wait for those cooldowns to come up, and hopefully I'll finish them off in 3 or 4 volleys. Oh, that was not quite as much damage as I was hoping for. So So I have to be very careful. I'm using my vacuum to pull him when he charges at me. I want to maintain a little bit of range, since my fireballs are fairly long range. I did get myself hit there, but I got a lot of damage in on him because he was relatively stationary. That meant my Shadow Form fireballs got to hit him as well. And I finished him off with a respectable time of 9:17. Alright, thanks for watching.
His desperation starts to show.